Aloha, everybody. This is Tiggy Maximus with Tiggy Maximus Talks, episode 149 on YouTube. Thank you guys for listening to all these episodes, most of these episodes. And if you haven't already, there's a link on my Spotify podcast where you can make a small donation. Any donation towards the podcast is very much appreciated, guys. Just remember to follow, subscribe, just listen to the episodes. And if I've come upon, um, if we cross paths in the last year or two, um, just spread the word and, let's make this podcast super big. Anywho, um, I want to go over UFC 296. It's happening today. I guess it's happening in Las Vegas. And I gotta say, Las Vegas has had a lot of great stuff happen recently. You had the first ever Formula One race in Las Vegas. The Las Vegas Aces won the WNBA championship. Um, Honestly, the Vegas Raiders, um, well, I mean they're doing all right, but I don't think they're gonna make the playoffs or anything. Vegas Golden Knights did win the Stanley Cup. Um, the Super Bowl is actually going to be in Vegas. Um, so, a lot of great stuff. And with the UFC fights happening, I did. I think I heard that UFC 300 is going to be April 13th in Las Vegas. So, that's pretty cool. Um, so, with tonight, UFC 296, it's gonna be a fun card. You have the welterweight championship on the men's side is on the line. You have the champion, uh, Leon Edwards. He's gonna be fighting Kobe Covington. That should be a good fight. I think either guy would actually be could win the fight and be champ. Um, I do think that Leon Edwards has started to kind of evolve as a fighter, and he's gotten much better from what I can tell. So between him and Kobe Covington, Covington is always knocking on the door, and I think he was an interim champion before, I believe, but then lost the championship match to Kamaru Usman. Now with that, um, Kamaru Usman since then has already lost to Leon Edwards, finishing the trilogy. He lost the last two, even though he won the first one. So I get a good feeling that Kobe Covington will again fall short tonight. So I'm picking Leon Edwards to retain his 170-pound championship tonight, and we'll be welcoming a whole bunch of new contenders that's gonna go after him with that big target on his back, with the welterweight championship on his shoulders, and proving why he's one of the best out there. And I still remember the head kick heard around the world for a fighter who was about to lose the fight. You got a minute to go, and you threw a head kick at the right time, perfect timing, and take out the champ, knocking his lights out. And honestly, I like to see Leon Edwards continue his reign. And granted, this is going to be a clash of styles. Now, both are really, really good at, well, I've known both of them to be mostly stand up fighters, but Kobe Covington does have the wrestling background to go with his stand up. Stand up may or may not be one of the best. Can be kind of shoddy sometimes, but I think that the wrestling might be something he can pull out of his back pocket if the stand up does not go well. Leon Edwards, well, his stand up is pretty good, and he has worked on some other aspects of his game too, so it does make him a very tough champion to beat. So next up we have the co-main event is for the flyweight championship, the 125-pound championship. You have your champion, Alex uh, Alexandre Pantoja, defended his championship against Brandon Royval. That should be a good one. They both fought before, but Pantoja has defeated Royval before. Yeah, but since then, Royval has pretty much won 3 straight fights, earning his shot at the champ. And should be a fast, fun fight. Pretty exciting. But I expect Pantoja to win this one. Continue his reign as the 125 champ and see what happens. Next up, we have a very exciting fight. We have Stephen Wonderboy Thompson. He has challenged for the welterweight championship before, but has kind of gradually slid down the ladder at 170, and he is going up against a rising star at 170. You got Shavkat Rachmanov, who is undefeated right now, 17-0. He looks pretty good in the octagon, and I think Rachmanov will beat Stephen Wonderboy Thompson tonight. I think it's going to be by finish. So expect that to happen. You guys see my Bruce Lee jersey? Or my Bruce Lee t-shirt? Be water, my friend. Another fight on the main card, we got Tony Ferguson fighting at lightweight, going against Paddy the Baddy Pimblett. That should be a good one. Rising star Paddy the Baddy. He's been collecting some wins, some close decisions, but Tony Ferguson has been on a big losing streak since losing to Justin Gaethje, and ever since then, just losing fights left and right. So this might be the retirement fight for Tony Ferguson if he loses, but also the fight could go Ferguson's way, because if Paddy the Baddy doesn't get through Tony Ferguson, that may be the signal that Tony Ferguson can still do it. But even if he wins, it's quite possible Tony Ferguson will hang him up no matter what happens tonight. It'd be great if you can retire on top. Well, I mean, just go out as a winner before you hanging him up. But if you lose again, also by if you lose in very if you lose in a very scary manner, then I guess it would be just calling for it that it's just time to hang him up, because you just simply cannot do this anymore and be at this top level with everybody who's there now. So, you know what? I'm going to go with Tony Ferguson, and, he might hang him up after winning. Next, we have the opener of the main card, we got Josh Emmett going up against Bryce Mitchell. Bryce Mitchell is a last minute replacement. Um, Josh Emmett, he has fought for the featherweight championship before, or it might have been an interim championship. Um, I think Emmett did lose to Yair Rodriguez, which did set up the fight between Yair and Volkanovski, and it was just not even close. Volkanovski pretty much beat Rodriguez pretty convincingly. Um, so Josh Emmett is kind of teetering a little bit, um, and I think Ilya Taporia did defeat both Josh Emmett and Bryce Mitchell very convincingly as well. And this is a nice way for both fighters to kind of climb up the ladder at 145. Um, this one, I'm not too sure who's going to win, but I am going to pick Josh Emmett to defeat Bryce Mitchell. So, and other fights on the card, we got a feature prelim. We got Menafield versus Jacoby at light heavyweight. Um, that one I'm picking Jacoby to win that one. We also have Irene Aldana, who used to challenge for the, I think it was for Amanda Nunez's 135-pound championship, but lost pretty big to Amanda Nunez. But Aldana is coming back to the octagon, and she's going to be facing Rosa. This one should be a good fight. I think Rosa defeats Aldana. Next, we have Cody Garbrandt going up against Kelleher. This one, I'm picking Kelleher to win this bantamweight fight. Next, we have Casey O'Neill fighting against Lipsky at flyweight. I'm picking Casey O'Neill. I like her. I like her style. She's only getting better. Next, we have Ulan Bekov fighting at flyweight, going up against Cody Durden. I'm pretty sure that Ulan Bekov is gonna win this fight. We also have a featherweight fight. Andre Fili going up against Lucas Almeida. This one, I'm picking Fili to win this one. Then you have your opener of 296. As a heavyweight fight, we got Martin Boudet. He is fighting against the undefeated Shamil Gaziev. I'm picking Gaziev to win this one, and there you have it, guys. Those are my picks for UFC 296. Have fun with those picks. Watch with friends. Have some good food. Watch some good action. One other thing. The Los Angeles Chargers, after their 63-21 defeat on national TV on Amazon Prime, they lost to the Las Vegas Raiders. And within 24 hours, as expected, the Chargers had fired Brandon Staley and let go of Tom Telesco, their GM. So, Giff Smith is going to be taking over as the interim head coach for the Chargers, and JoJo Wooden is the interim general manager of the Chargers for the time being until the end of the season. So honestly, with that, I am in a way kind of glad because the Chargers have had a lot of shortcomings. They just couldn't figure things out on defense. Their offense tends to sputter, and well, Justin Herbert got hurt. Uh, Mike Williams got hurt. Um, Joey Bosa got hurt. So a lot of things with a lot of players out of action makes it hard for the team. But also another thing too is that the Chargers have a lot of holes, mainly on defense. Can't defend the pass, can't defend the run. Don't have the right coaches in place. Don't have the right players to be there at the right place. With the fact that they're not guided in a an effective manner by coaches. So it goes both ways. But I would imagine there'd be a cleaning house, and just basically starting with a new GM, new coach, replace a lot of players. We'll see how it goes. But with the search, I'm hoping the Chargers do get Jim Harbaugh. He was coaching at Michigan University. He was the coach of the 49ers before taking the Michigan job. Um, I mean, if Harbaugh has been flirting and he has decided to go back to the NFL, he will be in a great situation because you have a star quarterback to start off with, so that makes the transition pretty easy. So there are other choices though. Aside from Jim Harbaugh, there is Dan Quinn, Mike McDonald, and Ben Johnson. So those are the guys from the Dallas Cowboys, the Detroit Lions, um, and of course Harbaugh's from Michigan. And Dan Quinn, I'm trying to remember where he's coming from, but it's probably coming from a very good team. So very hot commodity that's going to be on the market for a head coaching job. So four great choices for the Chargers. And there's a wild card. Apparently, Bill Belichick is going to be available after this season with the 2-11 Patriots. So apparently, he'll be a free agent for coaching, available. He might bring his wisdom to the Chargers and hopefully, do something pretty great. So yeah, you could say consider it five candidates for the Chargers head coaching job once Black Monday comes around after Week 18 is concluded. So, um, other than that, guys, uh, next time I talk to you guys, I have a lot of comedy to talk about to go over. One was the Hollywood Roosevelt, which had the show Slay, which is from Rachel Sterling. Um, Great show. I'll also talk about Alex Petit's show at the Duckfoot Brewery, and I'll be also talking about the American Comedy Company's Moesha Kasher. So, three comedy shows to go over, and stay tuned for that next episode. So, remember to have a good weekend, guys. Look after the episode. It'll probably be episode 150. It's going to be pretty much available, or I'll probably do the recording probably by the end of this weekend. So, a lot of stuff to talk about, and stay tuned. And remember to watch some good fights and have some good food, and make sure you have some good company. And who knows? We might have some new champions, surprise results, or the champions will retain their titles and look for new challengers. So, the saying goes, guys. Boom! Tiggy Maximus signing off. Baby. There, guys.